aka Puerto Rican Poppy on the mic with the Kuya Camp podcast. Here's my co-host right here, Mr. Kuya Flip, and the man of the hour himself, recording artist, and business owner, Mr. J Camp, baby. How's it going?
What's going on,
Clap it on, baby.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout
Welcome.
out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me.
No, thank you, man. We appreciate you and your time. I know you're a very busy individual. I know you got a lot going on as an artist and a businessman, so I appreciate you and your time. I know we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I appreciate everybody who's tuning in right now. And Mr. J. Can, his manager right here, Real Ronnie.
Shout out to my manager, man, Ronnie, in the building. Yes,
sir. Ronnie in the building.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, when I was writing these questions earlier, I kind of felt awkward, you know what I mean, a little bit. So I felt it was best to, you know what I mean, get the stuff that we were talking about, personal stuff, out of the way.
I don't answer questions.
I'm legally blind.
Right.
I'm hella weak.
Now, what you got for me?
For starters, I know obviously you've had, as we had that conversation on the phone like a week or so ago,
yes, sir.
About a lot of recent losses and tragedies in your life.
Man.
So I kind of wanted to just tackle that right away. How has those things that have happened recently with your brother, your mother, and you mentioned your cousin as well?
Rest in peace, Jake. Rest in peace, Super Tanya. Rest in peace to
Send my condolences, brother.
Thank you.
R.I.P. to those individuals. That's, you know what I mean, it's obviously terrible. I've lost people. He's lost people. So, you know what I mean, we definitely understand.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? It's hard when you got people you love that you think are going to be around forever and they're not.
For real.
It's fucking rough, man.
Still got to remember what you're doing it for at that point.
Facts. That's absolutely the truth.
Yeah.
So to start it out, how have those recent tragedies in your life affected you and you as an artist?
Man, I think it's honestly made me mature in ways that I didn't even feel like I was going to. You know, when you lose somebody, it kind of forces you to go in one direction or the other. Mm-hmm. There's two paths you're going to take, and that's kind of like the harsh reality of it. And I'm not the type to get on here, you know what I mean, and kind of sell a dream or kind of speak about something that, you know, tell someone it's going to just get better and it's okay and stuff, like, because I'm living in this reality. So it's like with me, I got two choices, or anybody that loses somebody. So you can either keep pushing and make every moment of your 24 hours count, or you can choose to kind of take the loss of somebody and let it affect you in a negative way. But here's the thing. This is the thing that no one tells you. Life don't give a fuck about you.
Absolutely.
And it's just the real truth of it. You know what I mean? Like life is gonna act on how you respond. And that's a big thing I've always believed in. I'm huge on manifest destiny. I'm huge on my faith and just spirituality when it comes to being in tune with myself and making sure I'm aligned, you know, with the universe and just, you know, God and everything that I, you know, that I do to make sure that I, you know, continue to breathe this beautiful fresh air, you know what I mean, that I have, and make every day count. So with that being said, life kind of forces you to, you know, sit down and have to make a tough decision sometimes. And for me, I chose to continue to push and continue to make everything of these 24 hours that I have, because if I choose to lay down, I choose to let it affect me, and I choose to let it beat me up physically, emotionally, and mentally to where it's winning. Now life is getting the best of me, but I want life to be the best. You know, I want to be the best of this life.
You want to flourish off of it.
Yeah, I don't want life to get the best of me. And, you know, for the amount of loss that I have endured in the last 3 years, mentally, it definitely is a mental reminder that I got to really stay level-headed and really be in tune with myself and really be confident and, you know, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's confident, but also really be, like, cautious of the path that I'm going down and really be aware. My sense of awareness has to be at an all-time high right now, because I can't just watch myself get sucked into everything. So, you know, it's a big thing.
Yeah, I mean that part right there is the important piece, right? Is having that awareness to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people tend not to really go into depth of that type of thought process.
Man, I mean, I'm like I said earlier, when you lose someone or when you just go through an experience, I could be saving a life for anybody tuned in right now. Anybody that's going through something, possibly even contemplating wanting to take their own life, you know, or anything to that matter. if me not speaking up and me not going into details, kind of me withholding my platform, is kind of me holding back and not really allowing the real feelings and emotions and raw sincerity come out of my soul, you know. And that's what we here for as artists, I would think. So, you know, it's not to hold back your platform or hold back what you're doing and try to feel like you need to silence yourself. If we given this platform, we got fans for a reason. We got all these supporters for a reason. We got people that love us and, you know, go stream our music, go buy our merchandise and go to our shows and all this stuff. And just people you meet in general, you know what I mean? It's all about connections, human connections, everything. So I would never want to give it to them fake. I would never want to give it to them in a way where I'm just holding back. If I could change a life, if I could save a life, and I'm going to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's a commending thing for you, you know what I mean? Because not a lot of people, like I mentioned, really understand or even can see that from the other side of perspective. Facts. You know what I mean? To continue that conversation, I do want to touch, you know, on your brother. Rest in peace, your brother Jake. Can you talk, because not only was he your brother, he was also an artist in his own right.
Man, Jake the Majesty, man.
So what I'm getting at is can you talk about not only your relationship with him as your brother, but also as an artist who was growing with you as well?
So, man, I mean, that was like, I'm my brother's keeper, you know what I mean? Being in a situation to lose somebody that, I'm 27, he gonna be 24 on Monday. You know what I mean? It's that real. It's that real right now. You know, his 24th birthday's on Monday, but to lose somebody that, you know what I mean? I've literally lost like you know, not even a month ago, August 6th. You know what I mean? August 6th, like it's surreal. Yeah. It's absolutely surreal. And the fact that, you know, I publicly announced, but, you know, he died by suicide and stuff, it makes you sit here and just really look at life differently. And the thing is, like, you know, I was closer than ever with my brother, but we didn't have a father growing up. It was just my mom and my grandma and stuff. We had father figures and people that try to play the role, but it's never the same as a dad. No, you know what I mean? So I was always like the big brother. You know what I mean? I'm the oldest of four. I got my two sisters and I got myself, and Jake. You know what I mean? So, like, I had to provide a structure. You know, I had to provide as much of a structure as I could and set an example. So, like, for my baby brother, you know what I mean? Like, I literally was looking at pictures of him the other day of us on the Harley Davidson together. You know, when he was like 2-3 years old. You know what I mean? He's attached to my hip. So departing from somebody physically, in the physical realm of departing from somebody that you've had with you since you've been pretty much, you know, a baby, literally. Yeah. Like, I remember when he was born, I was, you know, holding him. So to see that kind of not be a reality anymore, I mean, that shit kills me inside, to be honest. It hurts. It hurts in a different way. It's a piece in my heart that's like, I lost my mom, I lost my cousin, I lost my brother, and those three people was the closest human beings like I have to me. You know what I mean? So, and the fact is, yeah, I got records with him. I've seen, you know, anyone who knows Jake the Majesty, like, so many people in Sacramento and California and the region knew him, and he started to have a little fan base growing out in Melbourne, Australia, and like the UK and stuff. He was starting. That's awesome. We were building a fan base out there because when we dropped our first single that he ever dropped, it was called This Way, classic, millions of views. His very first song he ever did, even, you know, he hopped on it with me, millions of views, and we got put on a 70-foot billboard out here, right there by the Doco, the whole day. That's you know hard. What I mean? So it was there, it was displayed, advertisement was amazing, like everything was beautiful, and I got to share that moment with him. I got to experience that moment with him, and then get him in the studio, and then he puts out his second song, and he does close to 300,000 on the record, and I'm just like, this is not by coincidence. Yeah, he's got a gift. He has a voice, and it needs to be heard. And then we shot this video, which we're still deciding when we're going to release the video and kind of, you know, going through the process with all of that, figuring all those things out. But, like, yeah, his records, him leaving behind his records, and I'm sitting there, that's all I got of him, and these pictures and, you know, all this stuff. It's like, it hits you differently. It hits you differently for sure.
It's hard, man. Especially like you said, you guys were close in age. Like it's a little different for me because I'm the youngest and all my siblings are hella old.
Right.
So you know that I can imagine how much more close knit that relationship can be.
Yeah.
Considering you guys essentially grew up together. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah, we diaper days. You know what I mean? Everything. Like I said, he was currently living with me too. We have an influencer house and stuff with me and my team, you know, because we run the business together. We're all artists and, you know, it's family based and stuff, and, you know, just a good situation. So he was living with me. So like that couple days before, you know, he had passed away, is like, you know, the last time I seen him was the 4th of August, and you know, he passed away on August 6th. But he was at my house. We was at the house. We was eating dinner. We was chilling. We watched a movie. We just had like a family all brother type of night. And you know, he gets up, goes. He said, "I want to go to grandma's." He said, "I want to just go see grandma and the girls." I said, "Okay." You know, that was the last time I seen him. After that, like, so it's just like that's that real for me. It's that you know
that last moments that you can recollect on.
Yeah, I felt like it's up to the point, even when, because you know, I was like tracking his location the morning it happened, because me and him was supposed to get together, and we had business to handle and stuff. So he was like, and he's always the type to communicate. You know what I mean? He's always the type that he's gonna like always be very transparent with his communication, same way I am with him. So he's the type, when he's on the way to me or we're on the way to get together, he's letting me know, like, I'm 10 minutes out type stuff, you know, or I'm 15 minutes out, or I'm pulling up right now. And I was like, okay, well, or we're gonna meet right now here. He's that type of guy. So that's how our relationship was. It's very like, sometimes he'll text me upon, I'm like, Jake, you sent me like 6 messages about you being
where
outside. You know what I mean? I'm like, you sent me 6 messages of just that, but it's that type of respect we have for each other, and that's how serious he took my business, because he understood that, you know, this is my livelihood. So when we have to do things and we got to handle stuff, you know, he sees, be on time, be punctual. If you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. So, you know, my manager instills that into us. But yeah, man, I just like being in that whole situation. It just, you know, it hits you different. Again, I keep saying that's the biggest thing I could feel, like, hits you different.
Absolutely.
And then I'm here, and it's like August 6th, he was here, and now we're here, you know, 3-4 days before his birthday. Or 2 days now before his birthday.
Puts that all into perspective.
Birthday, and now I'm over here talking about my baby brother on a podcast now. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reality for me. And I don't ask for sympathy. I'm not the type to ask for sympathy. I don't sit here and try to say, feel sorry for me. It's not what it is. I just want people to see this is real. Truth. I'm going through it. This is what I'm going through currently, and this is how I'm handling it.
Are there any like realizations that you've like came to since this has happened?
Overly check on your people. Even though he is in the same home as me, and I talk to him every single day. You know, he was still lonely inside. He still was battling something that was even beyond me. That's the thing, though. He never let it surface. He'll put a smile on his face, and that's what I'm doing right now. Not to get into a whole spill on it, but I'm working on. I got my team together, and I'm in crazy work mode. I'm starting a suicide prevention campaign, and I'm starting a mental health awareness campaign. I'm teaming up with my big bro Tiger Hood. I got a Grammy Award winning producer, Derek Allen. I have Prodigy Musics. I have Money Gang with Sean. You know, Look At You Music Group, my label. A bunch of co-sponsors, a bunch of different people that are all on the outside, and we're putting together a major campaign. We're trying to film this documentary. We're doing all this on suicide awareness and mental health right now. So, you know, I'm putting out a project for him. I'm working on that, and that's like my form of therapy, but I'm also vicariously trying to make sure that his name lives on, so I'm vicariously living through him with this album I'm making. It's one of the most different albums, unexpected projects I might add, that I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's that real. You know what I mean? It's that real that we're doing that, and it's called Behind a Smile.
Behind a Smile.
Behind a Smile.
Oh, a smile.
And because my brother used to sit here and smile at me all the time, and you would never know what's going on behind somebody's smile. You never would know.
Hell no. And that's the old saying too, right? Is like the happiest people tend to be the saddest inside or suffering the most inside. It's like a crazy, you know what I mean, perspective on how everyone's living depending on their situation.
It's tragic, man. It's crazy, and then to be, you know, on the artist side of it, and to be an entertainer, not really have a normal life. That's the craziest thing, because then it's like you gotta make a decision. Where I'm at right now, my career is like full head of steam, roller coaster, going up. So it's like if I even take one day off, I lose all that momentum.
I feel that, man. To talk more about your artistry, I want to transition to this question because looking at your music and like overall tracks that you've released, absolutely, I've noticed that you've touched on different genres and different flavors of music. There's really not something I think you're pigeonholed in, especially with your country song that you released back in June. So with that being said, like as an artist, what would you say is like a genre of music that you find most gravitating towards, or that you would even say that's a way to describe you as an artist?
So honestly, for sure, the R&B and the hip hop and pop is definitely what defines me as an artist. As far as like that's my niche, you know, like my niche of target, because that's like the records of the most consistent that I've put out. But I think that alternative and country music is starting to become the wave right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm naturally enjoying making these songs. Like I've gotten a whole new fan base off of putting this country record out, Our Favorite Love Song, and just seeing the response. I put a country song out last year. It was called Summertime Friends, featuring my brother FTA Bam. Shout out to Bam. Oh yeah, he's going crazy right now. But I put out a record like, you know, with him, and you know, that record was going crazy too. Like it was just doing its thing, but it was like tip of the iceberg. It was like, okay, we testing it. Then I sat down and I really, really honed in on trying to get this sound right. And I'm a fan of country music. I love the production value. The production value of country music and alternative music is so intentional. It's so intentional. It has like an ear candy sound that not many, you know, genres have to the T when it comes to that. Because it's a certain way that you just layer your music. It's a certain way you produce the vocals. It's a certain way that you stereo spread the sounds, you know, and you get them all together, and it's just one big like just conglomerate of greatness. So I love country music. I plan on making a lot more country songs for sure. Hell yeah. And, you know, I'm just glad the response to this, Our Favorite Love Song, is what it's doing. Because it's genuine, it's real, it's organic, it's based on a true story. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what I love about it and stuff. Because it was a, you know, certain experience that I had in my time of my life. And, you know, it's a very special person that's dear to me. And, you know, we, had a really good, like, vibe with just that record being made. And she actually helped co-write the record too, which is crazy. Oh, that's dope. She sat there and helped me put it together and stuff, and like, you know,
it gives it an extra layer of authenticity.
It's very, very unique to go, you know what I mean, and have a bond with someone. On top of that, them understand your music career and your lifestyle and everything, and then, you know, help you sit here and get inspired to make a country record. So, you know, shout out to them for sure, because I was like a special record, and you could tell because when I went in the studio and I recorded it and then I shot the music video and everything was based off of true emotions, true feelings, real, you know what I mean? I wanted the fans to, like, you know, feel this song in a different way.
Yeah, be there with you.
And be right there with me. So even though it's so real to me, you know, when you put out a universal record and you put a record out to the fans and the fans think like this is just talking right to them, but it's so unique when you have a song that they're talking right to them, but it's also talking right to you. It's like this song's so personal to me, it's my favorite song, and then that record, it just so happens to be such a universal song because of how it was written and structured and put together that like everybody's enjoying it. You know, it's very rare to make a song like that when, you know, a lot of people want to make songs, because I don't make music for myself. I always tell people that. They look at, like, I am inspired to make music for myself, but I don't base my records for myself. I make records for the people, and usually women. You know what I mean? Women love the music, the men gonna love the music after.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So I'm big on that. Like, I feel like making records that you're gonna let it's gonna shake the world. It's got to be about stuff that they can feel. But I guess that the world just relates and loves what I do because it's been working.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
You got a target audience, man. You're attacking it. I love it. I was going to ask you, too, man, out of all the genres that you've dibbled and dabbled in, what do you think is the easiest to do for you? Like, you get in the studio and you just, like, you feel this vibe more than you do others.
Feel the vibe more, or just that it comes like a layup?
Well, you know what I'm saying? You know how, like, you be in the studio and you kind of... do you write before you go in the studio, or do you do everything in studio?
A little bit of both.
Okay, so for me, if I write before studio, pick out the beat, whatever the case may be,
Right.
I can try to do some harmonizing shit, or I can try to rap to
Right.
it. I have never done a country song. I've, like, you know what I'm saying? I've rapped about Ford trucks all my life, you know what I mean? Because I miss them. But... what I'm saying is, what's easier for you? Like, what is... I mean, you know, you said your niche was the R&B and, like, the hip-hop, but I'm saying, did country come like you? Like, oh, dude, we knocked this out.
No,
quick.
so
like,
honestly,
you know what I mean?
so country happened so organic, which is for sure. But country's still something I'm building on because it's such a respected genre in the business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't approach it lightly.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come in and step into someone else's playground and not try to, you know, earn the respect and pay homage to the ones that were there before me and currently there before me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, currently there, you know, right now doing what they're doing, and you know, I'm still learning this side. So I just want to keep getting better and stay humble in that lane. Rap is a layup for me.
Oh, that's the one.
Rap is a layup for me. It's like I can sit and rap my ass off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I grew up freestyling at the school tables. You know what I mean? Everybody gathered around in 8th grade, and I was rapping about what people was wearing, and you know, battle rapping these kids and stuff. So like that was easy to me. You know, rapping was always easy. It was creating a record and creating these hooks and melodies and putting this stuff together that I searched and wanted to put in my 10,000 hours to master my 10,000 hours and really get into that aspect. But, you know, singing my R&B records and doing rap, by far the easiest. And I can knock out a pop record just like that too, because I understand the dynamics in it. And as long as I'm in the pocket of the music, and as long as my melodies are just hitting on point, so where I'm just right there with the melody and I'm in the key that I need to be in, it's the sweet spot.
It's a beautiful thing, bro.
It's amazing.
Especially when you hear it mixed and mastered and you're like, oh, yeah, it's that one.
Yeah, but definitely alternative music and alternative music and the country music is big challenge because you want to get the best quality out of that music.
Absolutely.
You got to.
This next question is going to be based off of that interview I watched you do with Radio 360.
Oh yeah, 360 Radio.
360 Radio.
So
Cool.
when the host of that show was asking you about like the difference between your career now and when you first started out and like kind of when you took it serious, so kind of that realm. So basically the question is like, what is the difference with your music, your style of music, and your what is that word I'm looking for? Like your preparation skills, things and all that. The time that when you started making music to the last 2.5, 3 years, which would be 3 years now, because at that interview you said 2.5 years, so now that would make it 3 years now. To when you started taking your music career like really seriously.
Really seriously?
Yeah.
So 2021, it's when I had my big break in my career. Like it's when I put out my first solo record. I was in a duo with my older cousin AJ Wesley. Shout out to him. You know, we started the J. Kent and AJ Wesley. You know, just like the whole era, the J. Kent and AJ Wesley era, and that was all dope. You know, it was a good learning experience for me. We always had it, you know, in the back of our minds. We knew we were gonna go solo eventually. It was time. So around 2021, I honed in and I really started getting serious about my production value. I started getting serious about the engineers I was working with, and I started being picky. And when I mean picky, I started really like, if it wasn't what I was looking for, then I wasn't accepting nothing less. So really just getting out of my box, getting my vocals to, you know, perfect as much as I could, and catching these hooks that just ended up really resonating. I put out a lot of hooks that resonated with people in a major way. Like when I dropped my first album, my freshman album, 2 a.m., and you know, we hit You know, we hit 2 million in like a couple of months on the record independently, you know.
That's beautiful.
And then after that, more M's, you know, more M's. So I was like, cool. Like numbers is, you know, it's just a numbers game and stuff. So like, you know, doing the numbers feels great, but all it does for me is motivate me to go harder. So when I really honed in on the sound and everything was definitely 2021. But I feel like right now, from 2023 to 2024, I have put so much intentionality in my melodies and my harmonies and how I want my music to be structured and what falsetto range I'm trying to hit and how I'm pushing my voice out, even in just the pocket. You know what I mean? I could be the slightest bit underneath the tone and I'm usually like gonna be okay because I know it's gonna slide by. Now I can't, like, it's gotta be almost like it has to be a perfect take.
Yeah.
And not like like perfection. I'm consistency over perfection, but it has to be like everything's got to be great right now. And you know, 2023 kind of put that in perspective for me, cause me and then LaShawn, you know, that's my business partner, but that's also the writer. Shout out to 115 AM. But you know, we've been writing these records and writing these placement songs and stuff. I know you good, man. The fly over here, you know, he's trying to be in my business and stuff, but not like, you know, writing these records, sitting down and you know, doing these placement records and, you know, placing in these songs. I can't speak too much on some of the records, but we got one coming out.
Damn,
you know,
bro,
in the movie theaters and stuff.
Bro, get that taken care
you know, we got something coming in the theaters and shit too, man. Nationwide here soon. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big deal. But yeah, like, you know, all of these things come off of building my sound. So I would definitely say 2021 was the start of it all. 2022 grew into something special. 2023 though to now has been like just a different level of confidence, a different level of understanding the music.
Yeah. And
just being around all these you know, mentors and stuff like Tiger Hood, man. I mean, we put out Just Don't, you know, the No Relationship song, and that record, man, changing my life. You know what I mean? Changing my life. Like fans everywhere, it's just people everywhere. You know, another one of those records that is doing international numbers and all over the radio, and you know, really making it happen. So shout out big bro Tiger Hood for that, and you know, Derek Allen mentoring me, and you know, so it's just being put in a good situation right now to get my career in the exact doors that they need to be in.
Hell yeah, it's a team effort for real.
100%.
Absolutely.
To talk more about your live performances, because before I get into this question, I did want to share that I did love that moment that you had with your abuela. You know what I mean? The couple months back.
Concert in the Park.
That you posted on your Instagram.
Concert in the Park. Good shit, bro.
Thank you.
That was, you know what I mean? I thought that was a beautiful moment between you and her. So to talk about that, when it comes to your live performances, are you able to share those, like your favorite experiences when you perform live at either events or parties? Because obviously you and DJ Money Gang obviously throw parties as well.
Sir.
So
and LaShawn.
So can you share like your favorite experiences, and then how often are you performing live?
I'm performing live anytime I'm booked. You know what I mean? Anytime I'm booked.
Start booking him, y'all. Start booking.
Yeah, if y'all want to book me, you got a DM, contact my manager's name is in my bio, but it's Real Ronnie 83. That's Real Ronnie 83. So you know what I mean, he handles all my booking and
Shout out
all
Ronnie.
the business. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Goat manager, man. But yeah, like, so I'm always, you know, getting booked. Like we get a lot of opportunities. Sometimes we turn down opportunities, of course, like anybody. But a lot of opportunities have been making sense lately, especially that Concert in the Park. I mean, that was a dream come true to, you know, embark and stamp my way into, you know, the history of our city and stuff, to be able to stand on that stage and then have my abuela and my family there and actually see that live was amazing. So you know, I try to share the experience, and that's the thing with my shows. Like, I'm very like up close and personal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very like, just like, I want the crowd to know, like, I love them. I love my fans. I love anybody that's coming out and screaming, you know, my name and cheering me on. And, you know, I even got love for the ones that don't like me. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Like, but biggest thing is when I get into the crowd or when I'm on stage and I look over and they're singing it louder than I am. You know what I mean? I actually have the privilege to feel that now because, like, they really screaming them lyrics over me. And it's in the videos, too. You'll hear people saying it louder. So it's like, you can't make that type of stuff up, you know? That's real interaction. Real interaction. Especially, like, when I go to the schools, when I do these high school tours and stuff, man, it's amazing because I'm signing so many autographs now. And, like, you know, it feels great because it's like they really over here inspired enough to want to have me sign. You know, I've signed their head, I signed their arm, their shoes. I signed an Xbox controller, my very first Xbox controller.
That's hard.
I love that. I love that.
I signed some Crocs, you know what I mean? So like it feels amazing, you know, it's a blessing. So anytime I'm able to pretty much share my experience and be on stage live, that is like everything for me. I'm a natural born entertainer, so when I get the chance to be able to show my art and, you know, perform for everybody out here ready to see me, that's life. That's an extra life.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So shout out like you mentioned to LaShawn, shout out to DJ Money Gang and yourself.
Man, those are the guys.
Can you talk about, because like I said, I also saw on your Instagram the bio of you being one of the co-owners.
I see y'all doing y'all research
of 115 Entertainment. So can you touch on what is 115 Entertainment, and if there's anybody outside of you, DJ Money Gang, and LaShawn, involved in everybody's role, if you want to touch on those things?
So it's a multifaceted entertainment company. It's tied into our songwriting group and stuff, which is 115 AM. When it comes down to the company, you know what I mean, we run and we curate 18 and up college event like parties and stuff. We work with partners, like our big partner is NorCal Parties. Shout out to them. They're a huge partner. We work with D-Mac, you know what I mean? He's the guy. Willie, RMW Willie, so shout out to him as well. And then just anybody else, but those are our main three that we really work with. And then Money Gang for his For the Culture and stuff.
Of course,
he's got.
And he just started that too, didn't he?
He did, and it's blowing up already. I mean, but that's him, you know. That's
course.
him. He's gonna be like, his ceiling is none. There's no ceiling for him. So to have him under 115 AM as a house DJ, to have him, you know, really be locked in with us, and just to have a chance to really like brand and put him in the driver's seat and get him exactly where he needs to be along with our label, it's amazing. So, you know, we're that multifaceted entertainment company that kind of welcomes all entertainment, all sources of entertainment, to do your events. You know, we have a building down there teamed up with our guy at Freeze World. We're new management over there. It's off of J Street, 405 J Street. So, you know, anybody looking for something to do, we're a 24-hour running facility when it comes to that. And, you know, really just follow the page, 115 AM ENT. And then, of course, you know, we have our manager of the business, also our business partner, Darmani, Mr. Do-It-All. That's the guy. And our security, our amazing security. We couldn't do it without them. You know what I mean? Security is like, and it's a family-owned business. That's why I love it. Like, it's all family, but they aren't treating it like family. You know what I mean? Like, they go to work. They here, they'll protect us like the security protects their president. So that's why I love them. And I appreciate them, because they're not taking that family word and taking advantage of it. So that's what we do. You know, that's the fun outside entrepreneur stuff that I do outside of my music career.
Absolutely. I'll take this little quick opportunity to specifically shout out to DJ Money Gang's episode. We got him coming on the show October 12th, noon, live at noon. And I've known DJ for a minute. So shout out to him for coming on. Shout out to him for coming on. I appreciate him and his time.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to do that really quick, shameless plug.
100%.
My next question, though, is going to be, since on the outside looking in from, you know, when I was looking at everything you got going on and everyone you deal with, what is the best way you would describe the team of individuals you work with on a daily basis, whether they're artists or just, you know, everyday people you work with and you see with? Because, like I said, it seems like you work with a lot of people. So how would you describe this group of individuals you work with on a daily basis?
A blessing. A blessing. Goated. double goated, triple goated. Nah, resilient. You know what I mean? Resilient, hardworking, dedicated. They're resilient, they're hardworking, and they're dedicated, and they're playing for the home team. You know what I mean? They don't try to take the driver's seat when no one needs to be in the driver's seat. If we all in the one direction and people trusting it, we're gonna get there. You know, so they work so hard. Every last one of them. You know what I mean? Our manager, but my manager. You know, he both of my managers, Ronnie and Carl Thornton. You know, CEO Look At You Music Group. They got the best interest for our career. You know what I mean? So it's not easy for management to sit here and have to manage every part of your career, from your mental to your actual brand to your music side to representation, everything all in one. And then, you know, just everybody that pulls together to make it happen. I mean, I have so many people now that are behind the scenes pulling strings. So, you know, I'm just blessed and grateful for those things, because even when it's like a drought and even when it feels like hopeless, I still got my team. And team is everything. Team is absolutely everything. So they're goated, man. Love them to death.
Absolutely. To continue a little bit more to touch on DJ, because like I said, I'm familiar with him a bit, and obviously you guys are like family with each other.
Yeah, man. It's my brother.
Can you talk about and share your relationship with him, whether it's working as artists or just even personal?
Man, so working as artists, it's like how do you say it? It's like, man, that's like the back side of my hand. You know what I mean? Like, he understands my sound. He actually had co-production on the country song, our favorite love song and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, he don't know that, and I forced him to do it. He's still learning the countryside. He didn't really want to dibble and dabble too much in it. He's very, you know, like.
But he did out of love for you, though.
He did, but he also kind of vibed too. You know, he kind of vibed for it. You know, he knows. But it's one of those things where, like, he understands my career. He understands all of my biggest records, like the one that broke on the radio, foreign, went you know, on international radio with 102.5, and our regional radio with 102.5, and then internationally down there when it started popping off overseas and stuff. You know, he produced all of those, and so, like, just having that trust with your producer, and he's also my DJ, so, you know, he makes sure that every time on stage that energy's felt before I even touch the microphone. So if he does the J Kent chant, you know, we have the fun little J Kent chant that he tell everybody he need them on their feet screaming J Kent before I come out, and then I come out and, you know, his energy's already there. But yeah, it's just a team effort. You know, he works very hard and diligently always, and we're always passionate. We're very passionate about our career. So there's times I'll tell him something and he'll get annoyed with me, or he'll tell me something, I'll be annoyed with him. We get over it. We fight like brothers. Be best friends like brothers should always be too. Yeah. So, you know, our relationship is always great. You know what I mean? It's my brother, that's my twin. So at the end of the day, like, he knows I got him for life, whatever it takes. I mean, he tatted Jake on his arm.
Oh, that's major love. That's
Long
major
live
love.
Jake on his arm. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, I'll take a bullet for him. Real talk. You know, and that's the family. But on the business side, he works just as hard. You know, that's why, like I said, I'm just grateful, very grateful and stuff, because we've been working in and out of crazy stuff together since 2017. Yeah. You know, and but it's like blood would not make us any closer at all. So for him to still be here sitting with me through it all, grinding through it all, and he's still here, means everything, because he trusts me. He trusts me, and he trusts the process, and even at times he felt like the lights was dim and he didn't want to continue doing it no more. He listened to me.
Yeah, because I remember him posting about a couple months ago how he said he wanted to retire from DJing altogether.
Yeah, man.
So I was kind of like, I even DM'd him and I was like, hey, bro, like, you good? You know what I mean? And, you know, he said he was fine. He just, you know what I mean, was feeling some type of way.
The label contacted him immediately.
It was like, you sure about that?
Mm-hmm. They said, man, don't throw away everything you just worked for. Yeah. All for one person's opinion.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes
you gotta have thick skin in this business, man.
I don't even. That's true. I don't know. I don't think anyone should allow anyone other opinion to fucking dictate how they feel.
Never,
period.
but sometimes it will. You never know. Sometimes it will, and even in the best people, sometimes just that validation. That's like Drake said, and I'm similar to that. Drake is very insecure about his music, and he said it. He will not think his records are good or even feel comfortable putting it out until his team hears it, and his team has to okay it. And I'm the same way. Most would never know. I don't get in the studio and make a record and be like, oh, this is just crazy. I would have to literally get that validation from my team. Yeah. There's times I'll look at Ron and be like, man, Ron, whoa, like this record is crazy. Like what? Like this song is so crazy. But I won't feel that feeling about the song until I talk to my team. My team has to hear the music.
Yeah. I mean, if the formula works, you know what I'm saying?
So if my team's telling me something, then yeah, maybe. But if it's someone on the outside that is not contributing or adding at all to what you're doing and could possibly discourage you or defer you away from what you're supposed to do, you got to ignore the outside noise.
Absolutely.
100%.
So like what we talked about before we went live, I find it interesting that you do have a manager, you know what I mean? Because we haven't talked to anybody up to this point with an actual manager.
That's crazy.
So I just wanted to know, like, what made you at that point in time decide to have a manager and then let alone get with a manager like Real Ronnie?
Man, so that's crazy. So I actually did a speech. I did a speech for Herm Got Buckets. Shout out to Herm Got Buckets and stuff. I came down to the school. And, I gave like just a speech. They wanted me to come talk, wanted me to do a motivational speech for their basketball team and the youth. So I came down there and talked. Ronnie happened to be down there and stuff. And I guess my CEO and him have already been like talking. At the time, my manager, Carl Thornton, who's still my manager, but, he was my only manager at that time. He got in contact with Ronnie and they ended up speaking, you know what I mean, and set up a meeting. Next thing I know, I'm just being told we're going to a meeting. Me and LaShawn get in there, and we sit down, and, boom, he's sitting right there, and it's like, Chip was like, yeah, it's about to be, your manager. And at first I'm like, come again? Like, what? Well, like, what? Like, come again, tell me what's up? Like, what? And then we sat down and we just made it make sense, honestly. I mean, it's so long of a story. I could go on for days, but to kind of condense it, we sat down and we worked with each other. We got through the kinks and we developed, like, just amazing connection and bond, and come to find out, like I said, he's my family too and everything. So finding that out was divine intervention.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, man, he's, great. He's been amazing for me. We're not even close to being finished. Like I said, he's putting on this monstrous campaign right now. This campaign is taking off, like, so many parts, so many pieces that have to be moved to make this successful for this Behind a Smile, and would not even be possible without how he's organizing it and how he's sitting here making these calls and having to stay up late at night to devise what is going to happen next. So for him to do all that, alone, like I said, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
With what I'm going through and being an artist, it's like some people wouldn't even take me serious if I get up to, get on the phone.
Sometimes you got to share the load.
Yeah, so like that's a big thing. So him becoming my manager, we're going on almost 2 years now that he's been managing me. My career has only went like this, you know what I mean? It's only skyrocketed up. It just keeps going up. It keeps going up. It's a steady incline. But when you can go through the mud with your manager and your manager figures out how to manage you, and that's the thing. I didn't get a manager until I knew, like, my career was to the point where, I couldn't do it by myself.
Yeah.
I had so much of a workload, you know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing. Artists should never try to get a manager unless there's something to manage. And that's not like a disrespectful thing, I never say that to be like cocky or whatever, but I waited so long to get everything to make sense because I had so many managers and it was bad management, you know what I mean? Like, it just was management that just wasn't making sense and it wasn't for me. It wasn't correct, it didn't feel right. It was off. Everything was off. So having a manager when you didn't need a manager and you could have just developed your career and kept getting better until it was that time would have made more sense. So when I finally needed to get a manager, And it really was that time. Because even he'll tell you, you know, he's like, damn, he's like, you keep me up at night. You know what I mean? He'd be like, you know, it was like my cousin, his wife, you know, be like, damn, when you can get off the phone, like, how long I gotta send this email for Jay Kent? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta respond to this. I gotta make sure this, make sure that. You know, he's the one who got me booked for a concert in the park. You know,
oh,
like again. So it's like,
yeah,
you know, I just get on the phone and I hear the good news.
Yeah.
I'll tell him how I feel about stuff, and that's the thing. He lets me control every facet and part of my career, but his job is to navigate.
Yes.
He navigates me through it. Same as he does for LaShawn, same as he does for Money Gang, same as he did for Jake. Rest in peace. But, you know, like he as a manager is to manage the overall success of your career. So once my career picked up and once I started needing that, once I was getting booked consistently, once the music and the brand was popping off, people were wanting me for this, that, and the other, it was time. And I'm so glad because look how busy I am now, and it's only getting more busy, and it's about to be 20,000 times more busy once I get ready to put this project out and start this campaign and get ready to take this new turn for my career. Man, I mean, it's like I would not be able to do it without him and my team.
Yeah, I was gonna say your schedule must have changed like drastically within a matter of like 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like everything being structured, you have full content days. You know what I'm saying? You got days where you're in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
even on my off days, he's messaging me and calling me, talking about what can we do.
Yeah. Are you filming more than you're in the studio now, or are you doing half and half?
Filming?
Yeah, like more content and stuff
yes.
like that. Or
oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's made it a standard. He's made it a standard. I gotta pick up my content. I mean, I'm working on TikTok schemes as we speak. I gotta really get active. It's more than I ever have been on TikTok right now. TikTok is still the wave. And all these reels and everything, they tell you want to make 30 pieces of content off of one song. So that's my goal right now. I got to be able to make 30 plus pieces of content off of just one record. And if I make an album, that means I need 30 times however many songs.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. And it's just giving people your lifestyle. It's not oversaturating them either, because I'm not going to just drop 20 songs in 2 months or something, you know. I'm going to space it out, and I'm going to go with what makes sense, but I'm also going to attack them, you know. It's the time. When you got the momentum, you got everybody on there. Do it. And don't give up on your music. Don't give up on a song you put out 2 years ago. Don't do that, because what's 2 years old to you is 2 years fresh to someone who's never heard it.
Absolutely, yeah. I can attest to that, bro. I have a song that I like to perform that I dropped probably like in 2021, bro, but it still hits every time.
Telling you, bro.
Because it's the new, it's the new people. You know what I mean? Old and new to you.
We just shot the Love Don't Come Easy video, which is coming out soon. The Love Don't Come Easy video with me and LaShawn, we just shot it. It's 2 years old. It's 2 years old. And we just shot it we just finished it 2 months ago, and it's just now getting ready to be out. And it's got millions on it. You know what I mean? And the song's not done. It's still getting ready to go up. Like the skyrocket value for that record, it's nowhere near finished.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Whether it's someone in your life now or someone that's obviously no longer with us, considering your family members.
Absolutely.
Who would you say from the time that you started doing music, I think you said you were 14, 15 when you really started?
14. So
from then to now, who would you say has been your biggest supporter? Whether it was just you at that 14-year-old stage and you now as this grown man, you're busy, you're booking, and you're making serious music.
It would definitely have to be my mom, who's obviously not here anymore, or my abuela, my grandma Jo. She will always be on me, but she supported me no matter what. She was always supporting me from day one, since I was literally getting picked up in the van in school. You know, she'd come pick me up in the van and stuff, and I'd just be right there with my notepad ready to write music instead of go home and do homework and stuff.
Hell yeah.
And she's just like, don't be writing those raps right now when you have to do your schoolwork and stuff, you know. But like, she was always my biggest supporter for sure. She supported me through everything. Everything. She'd be hard on me for sure, but she always supported me, and so did my mom. You know, they've supported me from day one. You know, My cousin too, you know, one who got me into music in general, AJ Wesley, you know, he's for sure supported me. But yeah, it's different with your mom and your grandma, you know.
Absolutely,
that's an attachment that just can't be broken.
Absolutely.
Shout out to the moms in our lives, the women in our lives, because you know they're always the ones that are always
baby
gonna be
mamas.
There for definitely. Outside of being a business owner and an artist, a musician, what are some other things that you would like to do or try differently that you haven't done yet?
Outside of other things, what are things I'd like to do or try differently that I haven't done yet? Honestly, you know, like, I'm really big on just experimenting with, you know, different companies, just being an entrepreneur and stuff. I really want to get into some acting. I do.
There you go.
I think that, you know, being a star in like a Netflix or a Hulu show or something on Peacock or something would be cool. It would be kind of fun.
That's money.
Know? It's money for sure. And I know that I have a personality for acting. I've always have. I always have. So I really want to, you know, hone in on just being a character and kind of living my character and assuming whatever role is given to me and stuff. So definitely in that film and television, you know, acting world for sure. I'm excited for it. You know, I got a couple of leads, got a couple of, you know, partners and stuff. My manager's connected with amazing cast and stuff, and I got people actually in my corner now that's giving me some practice and coaching me through that right now, because yeah, it's gonna be definitely another step.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's hard, bro. Tight, man. I would never have thought that you'd like say acting.
Yeah.
Man, my life is a movie, man. My life is literally a movie. I feel like when I wake up, it's literally from start to finish. I'm like, what? It's crazy. What can happen next? You know.
Yeah.
but acting has been like a passion for forever. You know what I mean? It's forever. It's been, because I mean, I just love the value of just watching people on TV and just seeing how they bring out their characters. And I used to do improv and stuff too. So
I was just about to ask, have you ever done like theater or improv or anything?
Yeah, I wasn't.
Improv is cool
fun,
too, bro,
man.
because it's like on the spot.
Yeah, it's
and
on
a
the
lot of times
spot
you got to be funny, but then there'll be some dramatic shit too.
There's no rules too. That's a beautiful thing. You could kind of just. The only rule is that there's no rules. Don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop.
You know what I mean? Something like cool, just do it. You know, and so I'm big on that.
Were you doing it here in Sacramento?
I did it in high school.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, I did it in high school. I was in drama and stuff. So,
okay,
yeah,
tight.
doing all the Romeo and Juliets and improv and, you know, that type of stuff.
Hell yeah!
So.
Shout out to the homie Mikey Infante, man. He was telling us too that he was in theater.
That's
you know what I mean,
fire.
in high school. So I was like, dude, that's tight, bro. Yeah,
Shout out to him.
That's like the go to. You know what I mean? If
Sure
you already
is.
have the experience in high school, bro, it's gonna translate into camera well. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You got personality for it.
Facts.
Because you're developing that.
Well, I feel like even in my music videos, you know what I mean? I don't try to just make them all performance based. I like them to be cinematic.
Yeah.
So when I'm
like
acting,
a point and shoot.
I'm acting and stuff, I do dramatic stuff in my videos. I try to make them real, you know, real cinematic, real dramatic, real, you know, suspenseful sometimes, or just, you know, whatever's gonna kind of sell that. And even on like, you know, stage and stuff, like I'm gonna be myself, but I'm gonna be a character. I'm gonna have fun. My job's to entertain.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
When it comes to either you getting into the booth or you doing a live performance, do you have any like pre-game rituals or anything that you do to prepare yourself in either scenario?
When I get into the studio, it just kind of falls natural to me. I don't really have a pre-game ritual other than I show up, say what's good to my engineer Prodigy, you know what I mean, and kind of just like take that breath of fresh air, say, you know, breathe in, breathe out, feel good, and just like really just start hearing the music. I let them play the music, play the beat right in front of me. I got it right in front of me. I'm listening to all the sounds. I'm kind of basking in the energy, you know, kind of taking in the vibe, and then you know, I'm ready to just get there, get the sound check going, get my my headphones on, and just kind of get lost in the music and get ready to lay down a record, you know, and start creating. But when I'm on stage and stuff, a big thing, like I said, I feed off the crowd. So like my pregame ritual is really just shaking my team's hand, you know, getting to it, you know, whatever handshake we got at that time. Make sure the snap's on point, you know, stuff like that. Look over, you know, it's my big thing I always do. You know, simple,
Yeah.
normal stuff, and then you know, get ready to give a show, get ready to entertain, get ready to perform. You know, get ready to give a performance that's unforgettable, something that they're not gonna forget.
Absolutely.
Hell
Yeah, I respect that, bro. Because we have a ritual too. Like before the podcast, I'll do I'll smoke before he twerks.
Oh yeah.
So trying to get him to
You're
stop
going there
that.
right
You
now?
know what I mean? Yeah. But I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure we got that.
I didn't see it this time.
I
so
mean, he
think y'all might
definitely
have
brought
brought
He was in the
ritual.
bathroom. Do you hear all that clapping earlier?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, people, I don't know if you guys know
breaking the
this
sound
because you're
barrier.
definitely not going to see it, but he literally, from the night before to the end of the episode, he wears a butt plug.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
You won't see it,
Lord.
obviously, but, you know, just know that he's
Okay.
very
Oh,
comfortable
Lord.
right
Okay,
now.
you're gonna put me on the spot right now.
Absolutely.
Right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Should I put my glasses back on? You know, I'll pop them back on real quick.
So, one of these questions is, you know, obviously kind of like a perspective question, right?
Right.
So, if this was an interview that was going to be your last, what would you want people to remember about you?
Man, I would honestly, the biggest thing is I want people to remember that I'm here to make a difference. I feel like set aside all the millions of streams, set aside the money, set aside the clout, set aside all the stuff is materialistic and it's not gonna be there with you when you know you cross over and you get ready to be home. You know, what impact have you made? What's your
That's
difference?
beautiful.
What's your mission statement in this life that you have? Are you here to truly say? I feel like a true leader and someone that's a legend, they're known by changing lives. So I would always want people to know, like, I was that person that would give the shirt off my back for the ones I love. I will die behind my loyalty. You know what I mean? I'm always that person. I want people to know that I'm kind-hearted. I'm very genuine. I was raised by women, so I'm a gentleman naturally. You know what I mean? I'm the person that's going to be a provider and a protector, a true leader and a provider and a protector before trying to follow something. Now, when I'm around people I trust, will I follow? Yes. Will I learn? Absolutely, because to be a great leader, you have to follow, you have to learn, you have to be a great listener to also be able to lead.
Absolutely.
So trying to practice a little bit more about keeping my mouth closed and hearing things better, seeing things better, studying. So, I just want people to realize I'm real. I'm exactly what I say I am. I'm exactly who I say I am. I don't get to show and expose my whole life to everybody because social media is not for that. Nobody should tell everybody what's going on with their life. But when I sit over here, when I do what I do, when I take my career, and I put it under the lights and the cameras, and the lights is on bright and everybody's watching me and I'm under that microscope, I want people to really understand and know that I'm exactly who I say I am. Everything I'm saying is not for the public and the media to eat up. This is real. You feel me? This is real. It's raw. It's uncut. This is me. And that's the biggest thing. So I want them to know it's like I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to change lives and have an impact.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
One thing that we do on this show for every guest is we do top fives, and
yeah.
even though like we talked about, you do multiple genres, so I feel like the
I only
best
got
way
a
to
top 6 though.
You have a top 6?
I don't do top 5.
Okay, that's perfect.
I don't
So,
like that number. I don't like
You
5.
go to fucking 44.
Yeah, I was about to say we can be here for an hour if you want to do 100.
Yeah.
Can we go to 9?
Do whatever
9 or
you want, my
19?
guy. So whatever, basically the top. If you want to do 6, 9, however you want to do. If any genre you want, it doesn't matter, because obviously there's some people who are certain genres of music, but since
Right.
you touch on everything, I feel like it's best to
open.
ask you.
It's open.
You know what I mean? To
I got you.
Hit the perspective.
I got you.
Retrospective.
I got you. Now, yeah. So top 5 and what?
No order. Just
No
top
order,
five.
no order. Just any artist, whether
Any
it's different
artist.
genres, whatever. Just whoever you're or 6, because I know you say you don't like 5. So
What's in your tape deck
I might have
right
to do
now?
at least 9.
if you had a Walkman and it said best hits, who are those artists?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy because, see, I feel like I'm under pressure right now. I ain't gonna lie. Getting nervous
Yeah.
because I always...
Growth is in
So-
uncomfortability.
Number one to me, it's just because this artist has navigated me through this business, top to bottom. You know, like I lived through his music and just watching was Drake. Drake was my inspiration for so many years, and he still is.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only one I know that can go through what he goes through and still be himself. He ain't lost himself in the business. You hear about a lot of people losing themselves, and he might go through what he goes through outside, whatever, you know, but Drake is number one for sure. He helped me. I was like, why'd you make the song about me? You know what I mean? I would literally look at Drake like, why you make that song about me, bro? Like,
yeah.
Why are you talking about me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all these experiences. He just knows how to pull on your heartstrings.
So, resonated for sure.
Drake for sure. Justin Bieber.
Okay, that's
man.
different.
Oh, yeah,
He taught me how to sing, believe it or not.
Oh, say less.
He taught me how to sing. I'm telling you, you know, I've never met him. I never met two of these people. But you know what? They will know who I am.
Absolutely.
They will understand. You know what I mean? They will for sure understand. So huge inspiration for you know, them two. Now this is where it gets tricky. You know what I mean? This is where it gets real.
Let's do it
right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we got top twos, and then it's like, okay, blueprint wise, or we just going off a genre of music? Because there's reasons I look up to.
It could be inspiration wise. It can just be an overall top artist.
Interpretation on your end.
Yeah.
Russ.
Okay.
Shout out Russ.
Okay.
Yeah, the independent
Russ,
goat.
the independent goat. I
yeah.
watched how he did so much of his stuff. There's certain things that I won't implement, but there's about 85% of everything I implement because I watched him do it. And he's similar to like the artist that it took 10 years for him to break. You know what I mean? It took 10 years for him to pop when he had that What They Want record out.
Yeah.
You know, Russ was everything, like just for who he was and how he did it, and you know how he made it happen. And it's just like, damn, like he's just, you know, he's a goat. You know what I mean? He's a goat. He's on his way in a major way. You know, he's doing his thing. Yeah, you know, Sade.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah,
Fire.
she's you know, just because like she has like that, like she just so like, if you go back to timeless music, she got timeless records,
Yeah.
man. Timeless records, you know. So I love like just, I mean, you can't, like, when you listen to her, the only person I think to this day that can kind of like soothe your soul like that is like Snow Allegra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's an amazing artist too. But yeah, Sade for sure. Country artist as far as this new age is Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, he's very popular.
He gives me that dope vibe. You know, he just gives me that, like, just wow. But Luke Bryan's a big, you know, country inspiration. I love, you know, the way he does the music, how he puts the music down and makes the blueprint happen. You know, so that's how many I get 5 so far.
That was 6.
No, that was 5.
That was 5?
five.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
No,
I'm
you don't.
tripping.
I gotta
we
give
don't count
6.
too low.
Oh, fuck
Yeah,
you.
we went over this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Coming from the one that can't read, but you.
Okay, yeah. So Tyler,
I gotta get 6 though. You know, the one that really, like, you know, I grew up listening to him as far as I knew. Well, I'm gonna give 7.
as many as you want, brother.
It's Tupac and 50 Cent.
Oh,
damn, yeah, hard.
Shout out to Ricky
Hard.
Pearsall. Man.
You know, Tupac too. When you spoke about impact, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
he's been dead for so many
that's
years.
a world leader.
You know what I mean?
You know,
Absolutely.
50 Cent though, because he's the one who convinced me that I needed to have a chain and a pendant at that age. You know what I mean? When I was 10, I felt like I needed that chain and that pendant. When he had that Bulletproof CD come out, you know, that was like, man, crazy. You know, he just made that music that you just like, damn, like, you know, head turners. And then he just started going crazy in the business, and he knew what he was doing. So, you know, I always respected what he did and how he did it and how he organized it all. Singer-wise, though, Anthony Hamilton.
Ooh.
We always talk about
Charlene.
I'm
I'm
talk
a
about that
mess.
song all the time.
I'm a mess. Oh my god. I'm in a happy relationship, but I be feeling like I fucked up every time I hear that song.
Charlene is that song always brings me back. That record, like, man, like, cause my family, you know what I mean? My family would just play the music all the time, like, and I listen to it and I was like, wow, like, this is what it's like to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what it's like to feel.
That last chorus when he's going hard.
Oh
with
my
the ad-libs,
goodness,
God,
the
it gets
high ad libs, and he's got the rasp underneath it. You're just like, wow, like this person is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And number nine, probably SZA.
You can't go wrong with SZA.
Valid.
I'm gonna shoot my shot, SZA. I know you don't know me, but please get to.
Female, SZA. Male artist, someone I look up to, Jack Harlow.
Oh, say less.
And there we go.
There you go.
There we
Top
go.
10.
That's my top
10
right there.
We'll run
That's
that.
perfect. Hell yeah.
That's
my
perfect.
top 10. I'll be unique, you know what I mean? I'll bend the rules a little bit, be
It's
a rebel.
all good. We love
It's all
that.
good. We need it.
Absolutely. So we're at the point of the show where it is going to start winding down a little bit. Before we do the outro, I did want to ask, you know, I mean, take all the time you need for this.
Absolutely.
Is there anything you want to promote, talk about, anything you have upcoming, anything you have planned? Just to take all the time you need to promote any and everything you got coming up for the rest of 2024, even in 25.
Don't tell me that I could talk for 2 years, man.
Take it.
Nah. So we're working on the Unexpected album right now. You know, number 16. That's the title of it. I'll give it publicly. I was told I could. So working on the album number 16. It's my brother's favorite number. Like I said, I'm pulling in everybody I can on the production side, on the marketing side, promotions, everything. Management is working, pulling strings like crazy for me to make this happen. It's tied into a 2-part project, you know what I mean? So that it's a 2-part, kind of like the music side and then the film side, the documentary side and stuff. We're teaming up with Generate Media, and Generate Media is a big deal when it comes to the film. Lucas, that's the guy right now. Joey, that's another guy. So, and Q, he's on Netflix and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Actually got movies on Netflix. You know, so I got a lot of people around me that I'm blessed again to be around and working with. So, having them in my corner to work on this Behind a Smile campaign. Partners like Paris, Impact, SAC out here, nonprofit organizations. Just teamed up with I'm trying to think of what the I don't like to forget names and stuff. There's so many different ones, you know what I mean? Independently Blessed, of course, that's my second mom's company. Team Tina, shout out my second mom. She's goated as well. Didn't get a chance to talk about her too much, but yeah, she's, everybody knows when I'm around Team Tina, she is, one, second mom, everything. Closest thing to my mom now that I don't have my first mom here, so she's going crazy doing her thing. I know we have a lot of side partners and different people that's kind of looking in, kind of thinking like, okay, it's cool, might want to join. Again, this is not a thing for just us though. Like I always say, this is a humanity thing. You know what I mean? This is bigger than us. This is not just about myself wanting to do this. I'm trying to genuinely change lives right now, but in order to change lives, I gotta have the heaviest hitters here with me. Because if I don't have the heaviest hitters with me, I'm not gonna be able to drive home the impact I need. And again, if they wanna anybody who wants to just become a sponsor, endorse, nonprofit organization, even just like yourselves or something where you want to just mention the Behind a Smile campaign or have something like that in the podcast before you start your show, little stuff like that's always open. You just talk to Real Ronnie 83, talk to my manager. He's the one grabbing all partners, because it's suicide awareness, it's mental health, and prevention of people that are battling what they're battling, and letting them know you're not alone. Letting them know you're not by yourself in this. So that's a big thing I got coming right now. I got some music videos. I filmed some music videos, I'll say that. I got some concerts. I got some festivals coming up again. Right now I'm doing a lot of hosting. I've been hosting with Mendez Entertainment. Shout out to Mendez.
Oh, yeah, shout out Mendez.
Maybe I'm Yums and stuff. Yums Awkward. Hoping to lock in something with the legend Bugby out here. Okay. That's the guy, man. Bugby and John Wild going crazy. It's absolutely crazy. You know what I mean? John Wild just put out his project Directions and stuff.
That Home Is You
check
song.
it out. Home Is You. Home Is You.
Shit.
I just connected with John. But, John's cool guy, man. Tiger Hood lines up all these, everything. That's my big bro. That's my mentor, for real. Like, he knew me since I was 13. You know what I mean? So, telling me I was a little badass kid and stuff, dropping me off at the house. But, he's connecting all the dots and stuff. But, I'm definitely manifesting, putting together a record with Bugby. Might have another one in the chamber. Me and Marmar and Bam. Me and Marmar also and FTA Bam might be collectively putting something together as well. I know me and LaShawn got a bunch of stuff on the way. Like I said, we're gonna be nationwide. We just placed one of our records in a movie nationwide.
Awesome! Hell yeah! Congratulations!
Yep. So that's coming out soon. Shout out to Derek Allen for that. You know what I mean? Wouldn't be possible without Big Bro taking us in, putting us in, with open arms and letting us be here and stuff. So stay tuned for that. It'll be all on my social media. Please keep streaming the Spotify and the Apple Music, and I'm just running up the new country song, and a lot of music on the way. Like I said, the fans and the supporters and everybody looking in, they was able to get an unexpected album out of an unexpected tragedy. But it's life. It's a part of life. So that's what I can reveal. Trust me, we got plans all up till 2025. We got plans up till 2028 right now.
That's awesome.
I mean, we loaded. We're loaded with content. We're loaded with opportunities. We're loaded with ideas. A lot of music videos on the way, like crazy film music videos, like some of the best music video that I've probably ever been a part of. Just best directing cast, everything. Looking to work with a lot of female recording artists. So if you guys got female vocalists that come on or y'all rub elbows with, send them my way, because I really want to work with a lot of female recording artists this year. Very inspired and intrigued to do that. So just stay tuned for a lot of interviews, a lot of podcast stuff, and a lot more music, a lot more of me. I'm here to stay. I know my purpose. This is my walk of life. This is what I was meant to do, and I'll share the last thing I'll say before we get ready to wind it down is, when I got my brother's phone back from Evidence, he had left a note. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
He left a note in his phone, and it started out saying, "To my family." And in that note, he talked about my family, but he mentioned to me that, I was the best big brother he could ever ask for. And, he told me to go be that star that I've always been working to be. And he said, take him with him everywhere I go. And he just told me, don't stop. He said, keep going, keep going, don't give up on it. So, without getting all emotional and, too deep into it, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do. It's my calling in life, and I'm never going to stop. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I appreciate you sharing that. That's very personal.
Yeah.
It's very touching. It's especially knowing that
Yeah.
he kind of already knew that it was, time for him to hit that next chapter, and he thought of you and your whole family writing that out. So that, I appreciate you sharing that. That's very personal.
Absolutely, man. I want people to feel just as connected. Like I said, biggest thing is if somebody's out there right now on this podcast or anywhere, anyone to hear this anywhere, even in a grocery store, if a window's rolled down and you happen to just hear these words, if you feel like you don't want to be here anymore, and if you feel like all hope is gone, don't be afraid to reach out, especially us men out here. Let's normalize men's mental health and stop putting this stigma on that we just gotta be so strong, that we just gotta be, because we was raised that way, we was raised to be the protectors and not want people to worry about us. But it comes a point where enough is enough, and we gotta stop. We gotta start normalizing that it's okay for us to speak up. It's okay for us to cry out for help. It's okay for us to cry and let these emotions out and be real. because that's what this humanity's about. That's what this life is about. We got to step up. We have to look at everything that we doing out here. We got to realize it starts with us.
Absolutely.
And so if you out there and you're alone and you feel like all hope is gone, reach out. Reach out to whoever you need to. Reach out to me. Reach out to yourself. Reach out to anybody. You know what I mean? Pick up that phone. Call up 1-800, suicide hotline and stuff. Call them. Call them. Don't wait until it's too late to where them thoughts get so big in your head to where, all hope is gone and everything is just kind of failed. Like, it's not. It's never too late. So don't quit. Don't ever give up. And don't be afraid to ask for help. That goes for everybody. I hope y'all hear it. You know what I mean? I'm at that same point with life, So I'm not going to be afraid. I'm going to practice what I preach. And, I just want to end it on a real note for them to understand that. Because that's the biggest and most important thing. Like I said, it's bigger than us. It's a humanity thing. It's gotta get changed.
Absolutely. I love that whole message, man, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. It's tough, because everything's expected of us, and yet no one's allowed to share how we feel with another human being without being looked at as, a negative notation, So I love and agree with your message wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I do want to say, man, I appreciate everybody for watching. This is my boy Kuya Flip,
Thank you.
My co-host. This is Jose Ledesma, a.k.a. Puerto Rican Poppy on the mic, and then the man of the hour, the legend himself, Jay Kent. Appreciate you and your time, brother. And
hey,
appreciate
man.
you.
Likewise, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the podcast, man. And
thank you.
Shout out to you guys for having me at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all just as much as y'all appreciate me.
Appreciate your management too, Real Ronnie, for doing what he does for you and getting you here today. That's amazing. Appreciate the hell out of that. And shout out to the boy behind the camera, man, Luca, baby.
Shout out, Luca.
I mean? Put that on you, Luca. Put it on you if you can. Well, yeah, shout out to Luca doing the camera work, man. This is the Kuya Camp podcast. Next episode will be with Be Easy Will. That'll be September 28th, live at noon. So be prepared and ready for that. Thank you, everybody, for watching again and listening. Hope everybody has a blessed Saturday. Peace.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Thank you, man.
For sure.
Good job, y'all.
Thank you.
Good shit,
Appreciate it.